I'll be honest, as I'm turning on this camera, I'm not exactly sure where this video is going to go. I just know I am feeling very different about the beauty community, makeup brands, and YouTube this year. And I feel like while I'm putting on some makeup with you guys today and telling you about some things that I purchased that are really inexpensive, TikTok like sucked me into a few things too, new makeup. I just kind of want to tell you where my head is at right now with the videos that you're seeing on my channel. I'm hearing some actually really good feedback, but also I kind of want to tell you where this is stemming from for me. On this side of the camera, it's really difficult to figure out what the heck is going on. I feel like YouTube and the makeup community, not the makeup community, what the makeup brands are pushing to consumers, everyone's lost the plot. Everyone is just in this weird frenzy of what is going on. And I think that is really showcasing in what's happening in the makeup community right now. Anything that you're seeing with new drops, we're going, what's happening? I just did a de-influencing video with you guys, and a lot of you were like, yes, this is what I'm talking about. We're in a phase right now where people are needing things to be more inexpensive but good quality, but there's a new drop and repetitive drops. Drugstore prices are going up. Quality is becoming repetitive. Products are becoming repetitive. I'm just having a lot of feelings right now, so I just wanted to gab with my friends here. I did start my face today with some of my brightening treatment that I got from 8 Saints. Actually, I got it from BoxyCharm, but my skin is proof in the pudding that I went to a quick doctor's appointment this morning and didn't have anything on and felt fine because look at the skin, super brightened. We love that, especially in the summer. I feel like makeup brands trying to do something in a bounce back way differently than they ever have before. And I still think, I know we're in 2024 now, midway through the freaking year, and the products that we're seeing come out from brands are not only repetitive, the exact same thing over and over again, which we've talked about here, but also they're throwing merch in there like it's part of the collection. I don't know, with like the Rhode Beauty, people kept messaging me about this at one point when I was sharing that the Rhode Beauty was putting out their phone cases for putting their lip gloss in, but really any lip gloss fits in it. So it was one of those situations where people were really confused what was being sold. And I was like, valid, my friends, totally valid, because we're missing the plot. What are we selling here? Are we selling the fantasy of the new models on the market and owners of these business brands? Are we selling that lifestyle? Are we selling the product? What's going on? Because I know I'm confused. This is my Tarte Glow Wand. This is the second one. I love these in the summer. Not new in the least, because there's only going to be a few things in here that are new, and honestly, they're from AOA. A lot of you guys saw when I was getting an order in from them that you wanted to know more about what I was getting because I talked about recently some stuff that I've loved from them. I'm also annoyed that I'm already gonna have to buy another new Natasha concealer soon because I've used it up a lot, but it's so pricey. I'll definitely be using my code if I do buy it again. Even brands are just taking what was and putting it in different packaging, like the new, well, not new, Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I love the concealer. I recently spoke about the concealer for the first time in a long time and how it is still in my arsenal. I do still love it. They repackaged the foundation in a different tube and they're re-promoting it. And it's probably because not only is it a good product, but it's, you know, just something they're changing up. So they're like relaunching it, I guess, in a way, as far as like putting it top of mind for you. But it's also, one minute we're told it's clean girl aesthetics, show your freckles, but then that's such a heavy coverage foundation that the brand is pushing because of the new packaging that I'm just sitting here going, what is the goal right now? Where are we in the makeup community? Or is everyone just throwing whatever they have to the winds and seeing what sticks? That's what it feels like right now. Just using my Merit Bronze Balm in clay. Nothing new here, just love it. Don't get me started on all of the DeBronzi repeats / copycats, because another one just dropped and I put it on my Instagram, and if you don't follow me there, you're kind of missing some sass and real life stuff behind the scenes. But now Milani is doing an identical dupe for the DeBronzi drops that everyone else is doing. I already told you guys about the Pacifica, but e.l.f. came out with one. Of course e.l.f. came out with one. No one is shocked by that. It feels like every brand has come out with that, and now there is another one. And I've even seen it in their comments of these posts that they're of like the brands dropping these exact same copy and paste dupes, do brands not talk to each other? Or is there not like a moment in time where they're like, okay, everyone else is dropping this, and I know makeup takes a while in the labs to make decisions, push them through, whatever it is, but when you see everyone else in your competition doing the exact same thing, doesn't someone in the boardroom, someone in marketing, someone in product design be like, hey, let's put on the brakes. Let's do something else. Let's not get lost in the white noise of the De Bronzy drops or everybody doing the Tarte Maracuja lippy dupes where we have them from e.l.f., we have them from NYX, we have them from ColourPop. There are so many of the same thing out there. So that's where it gets confusing, I feel like, as consumers, and overloading and frustrating. Again, I feel like we're still so overwhelmed, but it doesn't even feel like the beauty brands know what they're pushing anymore. I think we're just confused. I mean, I know I'm confused. I'll speak for myself. Maybe you're not confused. I'm just confused because I feel like, where's the originality? Are we just selling the same old, like, fantasies at this point of everybody, it's summer, let's drop all the De Bronzys, let's drop all of the Tarte Maracuja dupes, but then other brands are swinging so far left with more glam style makeup. We've got the Natasha's dropping that gold palette that I'm not gonna lie, I don't have the original gold palette, but that one was really speaking to me and I am tempted by it because I love Natasha shadows. I can trust her formulas. It's great to have in the arsenal. I did show you guys in a recent video how I was comparing what I already had in my collection to see, do I have something similar? That one is still speaking to me, but it's still like, is that a repeat from the gold palette? I don't know, you tell me. And then we have Too Faced dropping a repackaged OG product for them, which is a very high coverage foundation. Correction, it's a golden palette. Golden palette. I keep saying gold palette because that's the original. This one is a different collection, sorry. I just pulled up Trend Mood just to see what the comments could be on some of these things. Beauty Creations now has their own version called a Plump and Pout collection, and it is the exact same Tarte Maracuja, click up components, plumping gloss sticks, plumping lip liners. Again, we're just seeing so much of the oversaturation that, again, are people waiting to see a different brand drop the exact same thing and then repurchase it or buy it for the first time? I don't know. I don't have those statistics or numbers in front of me. But that's where, just as a consumer, I'm overwhelmed. So I'm sure, and I know a lot of you have told me privately, you're overwhelmed and you're just like, is there makeup on the market? Because it's just the same stuff. Is there anything that's new, exciting? And as far as creating content goes here on this side of the camera, on this platform, it's confusing what people want to see. And while I do try to be positive a lot, there's also just a time and place to say, what's happening? And be honest with where I'm currently struggling myself with creating videos that I want to make, but also you want to watch. Even some of the content creators that I have followed for a long time have pivoted so hard when it comes to makeup and beauty videos. I think a lot of us are feeling the disjointedness that the makeup brands are pressing upon us, which is a little bit of chaos. It's a little bit of more sitting down and talking to you about what's going on in the makeup world versus, oh, I'm just gonna sit here and review these two things or try them on for you, give you tutorials. Because I think a lot of us are just like, what's going on? I've told you guys that the AOA, which is $1, perfect studio powder, the pressed one, I have loved this, and then they stopped selling my color shade, so I bought the shade Honey, and I was so hopeful that I could make this work this summer because it is a bit warmer, but they've not even listed my other shade anymore. I have to say, this clean brush makes my heart so happy, and it's because I went to TikTok. I was on TikTok and I was influenced, okay? You guys are not the only ones that get like just that influence moment of like, I'm watching this. I was just perusing and I got so influenced on TikTok. I don't even know how I would link something like this, but if I can, I'll let you know. This brush cleaner, I'm sitting, you're looking at it going, what the heck is this nonsense and foolishness? I know! Again, we never know what we're gonna be fed in the beauty algorithms anymore, and that came up for me. And it is a brush cleaner that actually like cleans your brushes in seconds. I cleaned all of my brushes yesterday with this product, but I do have some goods and bads about it because I tried it firsthand for you guys with the camera rolling, and I can tell you it was shocking and at the same time slightly frustrating. Now, I have more makeup brushes than probably the average consumer, so I had more to clean. So I ended up going through like a total of 6 batteries. The 6th set of batteries works great in it, but I did have to replace them three times while cleaning my brushes, but it's because I have so many. But this works amazing. You literally just fill this guy up with whatever it is you're going to be cleaning with. This is your wand. You put batteries in it. You connect whatever size brush you need, the little brush holder, stick the brush in there, and then turn it on. It moves it so rapid fast. You could probably hear the motor running. You dip this in for a few seconds to really clean the brush, and then you hover above the water to let all of it splash off and dry. And then your brush is dry. I tried this with face brushes, foundation brushes, eyeshadow brushes that had like purple on them. Getting these off is the hard part. Now, normally I don't clean my brushes individually because I have so many, so that took quite some time, but I was genuinely impressed with it, and this was really inexpensive. I think I got it for like $8 to $10. I really can't remember. TikTok Shop is doing a lot of sales. You could get them cheaper than other places like Amazon and things, but I know a lot of people don't have TikTok, so if I can find this like on Amazon or something, I'll link it below for you. But this is something that I was heavily influenced to try because I never know what I'm gonna get aimed at me in the beauty community. While I like getting new tools and things like that, I think that's another piece of it, is that other social media like Instagram, TikTok, is feeding us different things than the makeup community even is. And the only way to know if anything's gonna be good is to review it. I will say something like this, it did keep running down, so I had to keep changing out the batteries. That was frustrating. The bigger brushes with the longer bristles splashed a lot more. It also had a harder time keeping it going from time to time, but I didn't know if it's because I was wearing it down because I have a lot of brushes. But it's not something that you also see in the mainstream ways that you may see other makeup content like Trend Mood or here on YouTube. Oh, this powder I think was working great. I love this powder so much. $1. Y'all, there is no like big push for, I feel like, AOA unless you're one, near one of the few stores that they have, or two, a content creator tells you about it. Save your money. Everything that is coming out right now is crazy expensive. This is $1 and it is so creamy. It is so amazing. I have shown you guys how much I love it. It's very smoothing. It's very even. You get a great pigmentation, but not too much. I love this. I love this powder. I'm so glad I have it back. And the shade Honey. If you liked beige before, try Honey because they no longer sell beige and I don't know why. I'm not sure how everyone gets their beauty news as well. How do you know what's new on the market? Is it only YouTube? Do you rely solely on creators that you watch religiously to be like, oh, this is what I'm going to be doing or trying, or this is the new wave of makeup? I think there's so much maybe out there that we're getting a little lost potentially, and brands don't know what they're supposed to be doing. Maybe I don't know if they're not doing their research and development, but it's getting very obvious that I don't think they know what the plot is. They don't know what we want, so they're telling us things like, you need the bronzy drops or your day is not complete. You need the Tarte Maracuja dupes with the lipsticky goodnesses, or your lips are naked. I don't know. They're just repeating the same things, either from other brands or also themselves. So I'm very confused. I think we all are. The day I am filming this, the 12th, this new Head in the Clouds Ofra palette drops, and honestly, I have been wearing this nonstop. This gives me a very ethereal, fun summer vibes, and that's why I was so glad that I got this little cheap guy to wash my brushes, because I really wanted to play with these on camera and I needed fresh brushes because these blushes, they're a moment. And I think that's what's frustrating, because I do still want to play in makeup. I still love getting fun things like this with these duochrome highlighters that are stunning. I actually talked about this palette in a shorts recently, and I still have those cozy vibes with makeup and want to play with makeup. But when brands are so misaligned and don't know what they're feeding, it's very difficult. Will you indulge me really quickly while I just show you how much I love these? I like to tap into both of these colors, Orange Sky and Pink Cloud. On this more small brush, just really work it on the upper cheekbone. You work with it a little bit more so it's less bold and gets more fluid across the face, and it's so yummy. I did an eye look and a face look with this palette. And these are the kind of things that excite me, but they are so few and far between, I feel like, when it comes to what I'm personally seeing. But maybe I need to upgrade where I'm seeing my makeup content. So that's why I'm curious. Where do you guys discover what's happening in the makeup community? Because I still want to talk about makeup. I still want to let you know what I'm loving, what I want to try, what I'm definitely de-influencing you and saying anti-haul. We're not doing that. Well, at least I'm not. When I say we, I mean, you know, people that think like me. For example, this is brand new and this feels different. This feels like I haven't seen this a million times. And it can also go in a variety of ways. Like I could do this very pale and very even on the skin, make it just a light dusting. But today I'm choosing, with the type of brush I'm using, to really bold this up. This is a very versatile product, and we're getting some duochrome highlighters. You know, after you clean your brushes and then you can't find where you usually put them, I'm gonna dip into both of these. I just wanna be ethereal this summer. I wanna be a mythical creature. Oh, okay. Again, is highlighter coming back? I don't know. 1 minute we're blushing it up because we're still blushing it, and then the next minute we're getting to bronzy drops like crazy. Highlighters are starting to make a little moment again. Are we going glam? Are we going natural? I'm fine with doing all of it, but then let's see more things. Let's stop repeating. And don't tell me that eyeshadow is dead and only for old ladies. I keep seeing that pushed to me. Do you keep seeing that? I have seen that across the board on TikTok, Instagram, and here on YouTube. I think do whatever you want. Gen Alpha and Gen Z can do whatever they want. But I do think that that is another narrative that's being pushed in a makeup community / makeup brands. But I also wonder if that's just because some of those brands can't formulate their shadows like a Natasha maybe, or even just some really good quality ones from the drugstore. I don't know. I failed to mention that this is the AOA Paw Paw blender that a lot of you guys told me I would love. I don't even use it wet because it is perfect for this lazy girl who just wants it to be really bouncy and move the product into the skin. I forgot to mention that, sorry. This is one of my new favorites right this second. I think it is so good. My thoughts on the whole eyeshadow thing, if you're curious, because again, I don't know where everybody's getting their feedback on what is in as far as eyeshadows go versus not. Y'all know I love a good neutral look personally. And you know, I got tons of neutral palettes to spare. And yes, it would be very accurate that a lot of days I'm mostly focusing on the face and skin, whereas years ago I was focusing more on the eye look. That's gonna be evolution with everyone. Some people are gonna just still love doing their eyes and just wanna get to that, just like I used to. Some people love the whole thing. It just depends on personal preference, let's be serious. And there are plenty of days where I just don't wanna put in the effort and be like one and done. Maybe we do a single shadow, maybe we do just a little bit of something easy and go. This is the Viseart palette that I've had forever, the matte neutral one. But yesterday I felt like playing. I wanted to play in makeup for literally no reason other than I felt like it. And I did a full smoky eye purple look just for fun. I work from home. I didn't even have it. Did I have a Zoom yesterday? I don't even think I had a Zoom yesterday. So it just really depends on, I think, our moods, what we're vibing with, what we have time for. But saying that it's only for old ladies, and maybe I'm an old lady, that's fine. I mean, I still part my hair on the side. If you don't know that battle, apparently, according to Gen Z, if you part, well, at least it used to be, they were parting in the middle and thought anybody that had a side part was old. I don't really care. The purple look came from my Anastasia palette that I rarely pull out. But if I need a banger, if I need something to come out and give some punch and color, I have it in my arsenal and I'm not sorry. I don't think eyeshadow is for old ladies. I do think that people who have been doing their makeup for as long as some of us have preferences too, that maybe we like how we look with makeup and with eyeshadow on. Some of us are also doing since COVID specifically and the changing of our lives, maybe we work remotely, maybe we became parents, we prioritize what's important to us, and sometimes doing your eyes is not as important as some other things in your day. So maybe you skip it, or maybe you do very minimal, a one shadow and done. That's totally fine. That doesn't mean it's only for old ladies. And maybe that's controversial, but I don't care. Maybe my 40 is showing. I am 40 now. I don't care. I think maybe our standards are changing in the beauty community too, because everything over the past 4 to 5 years, drugstore came to play and started coming out with some bangers, some amazing products. So our expectations have risen and the quality has needed to either maintain or even get better. And I think some brands might be in a pickle. So then they start being like, hey, let's advertise with merch. So then we've got the Rhodes doing things like the phone cases for their lip glosses, because then when you're out in public, people are going to see what you use. You are a billboard for that brand. Whereas with makeup, people ask me all the time, what makeup are you wearing? And I'm like, how much time do you have? Because there's like 70 million products on my face. Whereas if you have the merch, whether it's a hat, a shirt, the viral, because we've talked about virality on my channel too, phone cases or whatever it is, people are going to identify it, know it without even needing to talk to you. And I'm not saying that's bad, that's marketing. I think the makeup brands have missed the mark. They've lost the plot. What are we doing? That's a great question. What am I doing with my eye look today? Because I don't know. I just started playing and talking to you. Brief intermission to put on some jewelry as I realized I just turned on the camera and started talking to you, and I just got these new earrings and I wanted to play with them. The little baby jumbos that I got from Feed Me Gems, and I just love. There's no rules that tell us what we have to abide by other than what you tell yourself. And the media is always going to tell you what you're doing wrong. Forget them. But that's honestly how I've been feeling about the beauty, like makeup brands and what I'm seeing out there. It feels like it's trying to tell us what we're either doing wrong or what we're going to make our lives better. And maybe it's always been that way, but it feels so sporadic right now in like the ways that they don't even know what they're trying to tell us. So while I'm here, I'm just going to keep playing in this palette because why not? And that means my eyeshadow today is going to be poppin'. It's gonna be bold. It's not gonna be the clean girl. Maybe these are just some hot takes. Maybe that's what I'll be calling this video, is all of my hot takes on the makeup community, on the beauty. It's not even the community. I feel like the community, that's us. We're trying to figure out, what are these brands telling us? What are these brands trying to push? What are they trying to get us to do and buy? And not that we even need to do what they tell us to do, but I don't think they know. And I think that's what I'm seeing also in the videos on YouTube. I still see people doing the old formula of, this is a new drop. This is all of the e.l.f. products. This is what's new this week. This is, I mean, there's still those same videos out there, but they're definitely getting way less views. I mean, I have noticed a lot of change in who's getting views and makeup community news. And like Tati can barely break 100,000 lately, but I don't think she's mixing up her formula of things that she's talking about here. And I've spoken to some of you guys behind the scenes on this too, just getting your feedback and your thoughts. So if you ever want me to like quiz you too, again, follow me on Instagram, because I do ask you guys questions and I talk to you in the DMs as well. Maybe this is just like the businesswoman in me and the marketing brain in me, but I sometimes just want to know what's going on in the boardroom with these brands. Are they just literally sitting there all going, okay guys, we're all in the same room. We all agree, right? We all need a DeBronzi drop, right? They're doing well. We have to copy that. Copy, paste, slap it, production. Everybody sees it, right? Tarte Maracuja took over everything. We need our own version. How do we do it? How do we get it there? Is this the basic thinking that's going on? I don't know, but I'd love to be a fly on the wall. And I think that's why I'm going back to so many of my old standards. Like I have a whole thing here of different new mascaras, for example, because this is what I'm working on. I just recently went back out and bought my $4.99 mascara that is the Lash Princess that works great on me. Better than these, better than the fancy packaging, better than the bigger price tags. I just pulled out 2 palettes from how many years ago? I have a $1 powder on that I can't stop raving about, and waited, I mean, what, half a year for them to restock it, and then just like had to find a shade that matched me. I think we've already proven we don't have to break the bank or have new things. So maybe that's what's got the whole beauty makeup brand world quaking. A $29 mascara for some reason can't do this for me like this $4.99 can. So why would I go spend 30 bucks in this economy? But this is really what goes on behind the scenes, guys, is I'm trying to figure out what's happening in the makeup community. What are you guys wanting to see? What are you wanting to know about? Because I don't think the brands even know. I don't think they do. They see the virality of things right now. like the de bronzes and stuff. And then they just hit copy and paste. And eyeshadow palettes can't be that out if people are still buying them and Natasha is still dropping. Other brands are as well, but I will be honest, I'm not seeing as many eyeshadow drops. When I scroll through Trend Mood these days, I do not see nearly as many eyeshadow drops as I did years ago. Well, maybe it's because the market got oversaturated on that too, if we want to think about it that way, because how many times were we all just like, okay, that's a lot of eyeshadow palettes. I at least remember when we were doing BoxyCharm in like 2018-ish, we were getting palettes every month, which was awesome, but then it got to be overwhelming and overburdening in some way, and I know that was also a reflection of BoxyCharm of what was going on in the community. So maybe now we're taking a few years to pump off of eyeshadows, and that's where they're coming up with this eyeshadows are out talk. The pendulum always swings back. Remember that, you know it. What was once popular goes out and back in again. I mean, look at the way we're doing blush right now. This is a direct repeat from the late 80s, early 90s of how they did blush. Although there's always a spin on a trend when it comes back. It's to modernize it just enough, and our formulas are better. People are gonna buy what's available, and if certain things aren't available, that's, I guess, how makeup shifts, change, and evolve. So how do you yourself, when you are looking to see the next piece of makeup you're gonna get or get excited about, where do you discover it? Do you discover it on Trend Mood on Instagram? Do you discover it here on YouTube or with other content creators? Do you discover it on TikTok? I really want to hear from you guys because I'm confused. And after I've talked so much sass about the Tarte Maracuja, of course, I'm going to put it on right now. And obviously, any extra thoughts you have, please leave them below because I'm dying to know what you're thinking. Also, everything that I can possibly link for you that I did use today, if you are curious, I'll have linked below for you. Any codes that I have to save you money, I always do. But I want to hear, where are you getting your makeup information, your makeup news, your makeup drops? Tell me all the things. I'm dying to know. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for this maybe little snarky-ish video where I'm just getting into more of what I'm thinking right now about makeup brands and kind of what's going on from what I can tell in the makeup community, but I'm always open to your feedback. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you hang around to see the next video that YouTube is going to be recommending for you. And as always, stay tuned for the next one. Bye, friends.